Hey guys, Austin here with Friday Fitness. Today's topic is motivation. So many times people struggle to stay motivated, which in turn prevents them from being consistent. Consistency is what's going to win overall, guys. And if you're not consistent, ultimately you're not going to achieve your goals. So I want to give you a few tips on how you can stay motivated. Number one, find your why and write it down. Figure out why you're really doing this, because you're human. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you're motivated and you're fired up and you know why you're doing this and you're excited about it and you have killer workouts. And then you're going to have days where you don't want to do any of this stuff. You don't want to eat healthy. You don't want to work out. You don't even remember why you started this journey. You're going to have those days. You're going to have all these negative thoughts creep in your head trying to talk you out of it. You've been doing so good. You deserve a break. You deserve this cheat meal. What's missing one workout going to do? All those thoughts start entering your mind, guys. Typically, one bad day can lead into two, because on the next day, you eat a bunch of carbs and sugar the day before, the next day your body's going to be craving carbs and sugar. So it's going to be really hard to fight off those cravings. Then let's say you give in the next day. Then you're like, oh, screw it. It's Thursday. I just cheated the past 2 days. I'll have a fun weekend. I'll start back up on Monday. Then you have a fun weekend. Now you've cheated 4 or 5 days in a row. You've completely lost your motivation. You don't end up starting back on Monday. It pretty much costs your program altogether, right? So we want to prevent as many bad days as we can. So the best way to do that is find your why. Why do I want to do this? I'm sick of going on vacation and I'm embarrassed to get in my bathing suit. I'm sick of always feeling insecure about my body. I'm sick of not having energy to play with my kids and being exhausted when I get home from work. I'm sick of not having mental clarity because I am exhausted all the time. I eat like crap, which causes me to feel bloated and lethargic and tired and foggy. Whatever your why is, I have health problems. I don't want to end up, like one of my parents who has a disease, like a cancer or something like that. There's so many different reasons it can be your why, but that's up to you to decide. You need to find your why. You need to find what really motivates you, and you need to write it down, all right? And then you need to have that with you. And every time you're having a bad day, you need to look at that why. You need to remember, all right, this is why I started and this is why I'm doing this. Number two, focus and celebrate on all small victories, okay? Look at college. People will go to college. Let's say you have 4 years of college and you're going for 1 year and you got a 4.0 GPA. You're celebrating. You're so happy that you did so good all year, right? Let's say it comes to weight loss, all right? And you only have to do 6 months of training for weight loss. You've been doing it for 2 months and you've lost a pound a week. So after 2 months, you're down 8 pounds, but you still have another 30 pounds to go. And in your head, you're like, I've been busting my butt for 2 months straight. I'm only down 8 pounds. I have another 30 pounds to go. This is so much weight. It's so hard. It's too much. All of a sudden, you're downplaying the fact that you're down 8 pounds, that you've lost weight, that you stayed consistent for 8 weeks. You're almost shaming yourself for the success that you've had, when in other areas you celebrate that success. It's the same thing with fitness, guys. You need to celebrate these victories. I've been consistent for 2 months. I've consistently lost weight. I'm much better than I was 2 months ago. I'm on my way each and every day. The steps that I make, everything that I do is on my way, one step closer to that goal. You need to think like that and use those little goals and those little victories to motivate you. All right? Don't focus on the negative stuff. If you do have a bad day, you're human. It's going to happen, okay? If you have a slip up, if you have a bad weekend, if you perform bad in the gym, it's going to happen. But you cannot focus on the past and let that drag you down. All right? If you have a bad day, you know what? Tomorrow's a new opportunity. It's a new day. I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm unstoppable. I've got this. I'm in control. I'm not going to let yesterday define tomorrow. All right? So focus on the small victories. Don't focus on the past. Write down your why. Have it with you at all times on days that you really need it. And lastly, if you need help, a lot of people struggle because they don't know what plan to do for their specific body type. They don't know how they're supposed to eat. They don't know how they're supposed to train for their specific goals. So a lot of times it's like, throwing darts at a dartboard while you're blindfolded and hoping to hit the bullseye. Don't be afraid to ask for help, guys. There is a lot more that goes into nutrition and that goes into training properly, efficiently, and effectively than a lot of people are aware of. Anybody can get in a gym and move around weights, but to make sure that you're doing it effectively and you're getting 100% results for the work that you put in, to make sure you're reducing the risk of injury as much as you can, to make sure that your nutrition is matching your goals and your activity level, there's a lot that goes into figuring that stuff out. So if you need help with it, reach out. And at Friday Fitness, we're always here to help. But even if you don't reach out to us, reach out to somebody. Just at least have them confirm what you're doing is right for you. That way you're not wasting your time. All right, I hope this helps, guys. Have a great day. Austin with Friday Fitness.